Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 6 of our Enigmatica 6 Expert Let's Play series, where today we are diving into Create, getting water wheels set up and all kinds of good stuff, so let's get started. Before we begin, though, I do have a real quick interjection. If you didn't see my latest community post, I have opened up a Discord server for all of us to be able to go in and chat. So if you want to join that, go ahead and check out the description down below, and the link's in there. You can join. We chat, we talk, we have fun, all kinds of good stuff. Join up if you want. Let's go. Welcome back, everyone. Today we are going to be working on a little known mod. You know, it's fairly small, not too crazy or anything, called Create. Yeah, no, it's a pretty big mod. Small, what am I talking about? It's one of the best mods that's come out since 1.16. It is fantastic, does a lot of stuff, pretty awesome, bada bing, bada boom, yada, yada, yada. Let's get going. So in between episodes, I went ahead and I AFK'd to allow our backstuffing of process. We'll talk about this thing here in just a moment. But what we did is allowed everything to run through and double up and look at all of the ore that we have. Plenty of stuff to work with. Like we have a lot to work with for a while, which is fantastic because we're going to need quite a lot of this stuff to do things and everything. But yeah, we're pretty decent. That means I don't have to mine for a little while, which is always my favorite part when I don't have to mine. That little pop-up that you see on the left-hand side here is from our crafting calculator. If you remember last episode, we had set this up and we had used it and everything. And I was like, I wish there was a way to be able to pin the recipes, because I was going back and I'm clicking here. Okay, let me make the green petal. Let me go do that. Oh, what's next? Red dye. Oh, okay. I said, I wish there was a way for me to be able to have it open over here, bookmarked or whatever, while I am crafting. And it turns out I went and looked on the GitHub for the mod, and there was a contributor who contributed this little widget thing that pops up on the side whenever you access a inventory. So there is a version of Just Enough Calculation available on the mod author's Discord. It is a preview version of it. I think he released it in like January. It's version 1.90 or something like 90 maybe. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, go check out his Discord if you want to. You'll just have to go find the Just Enough Calculation on CurseForge, and then you can replace the one that comes with the pack, and it adds this nifty little widget, which is going to be super helpful for crafting, because for one, you can actually just access all the stuff from here. Like, I don't have to search it. I can just click here. Oh, look, I need red dye. Oh, look, I need blue dye. Oh, look, I need a morphing tool. So super awesome. Okay. So whoever made that, I don't remember who it was. Thank you, because it saved my life, because making this stuff is a pain. Okay, so first things first, today we are going to definitely be diving into Create. I've went through and looked at the quests and everything, and I think Create's going to be our next best step, mainly because we can press down into our plates instead of having to use the hammer. We can use let's do plate. So like, for example, if we look at the iron plate recipe, we can, instead of using 2 iron ingots per plate, we can have that and do 1 iron ingot per plate for a press. I did look into the multi-servo press, and everything is fairly doable. We can make constant tin, we can make bronze, flux coil, machine frame, we can make the mechanical press. Our bottleneck is steel. We do not have any easy way to make steel. It's either made with steel blend, steel dust, which is made in a metallurgic infuser from Mechanism, which we're not even close. We're going to need to get into, a whole bunch of other things to be able to get to this. Or, what is a crusher pedestal upgrade? Yep, that's Ars Nouveau. We're not getting into that. We can pulverize steel, but we'd have to get steel first. Or our other option is you get a blast furnace, iron to steel, or there is the other furnace from Immersive, the coal coke. But still, it's not viable. We can't do that. If we look at like coke bricks to getting into Immersive, if we want coke bricks, it is sequenced crafting from Create. So we need to get into Create to be able to do any of this stuff. And then we got to make these coke bricks and paper and all kinds of stuff. So we're not there just yet. So anyway, multi-servo press off the map, but we can get into a mechanical press. So I want to dive into create. Before I do so though, I would like to see if we can't make the morphing tool as well as a magnet. That way I can, stop having to pick things up manually. So let's just grab a little bit of everything: aluminum, gold, lead, nickel, osmium, silver, tin, zinc, whatever we got. That way I don't have to come back here. Maybe some glass. This is now my smeltables chest, so anything that can be smelted will come into here. And let's see what we have. So for the morphing tool, we need to craft this. So we need all of the different dyes. I might have, and you can see I upgraded our chest here. I do have one poppy, and we have lapis, of course, so we can get the blue dye. The green dye is going to be the issue. I have a pestle and mortar somewhere around here. So we can do this, and that'll get us red dye. And then this will get us the blue dye. So then we just need green dye. Luckily, Botania is in the pack, so we might be able to look around and find like a green flower. There's lime green. That doesn't help. We're just looking for green flowers from Botania. We could make some fertilizer. What is that called? Mystical fertilizer? Floral fertilizer. Actually, we could, because we can make a bunch of dye. Okay, let's do that. Let's go home and we'll grab, we got this fertilizer from a reward, luckily, and we have plenty of lapis, so we can do this, and we can do this into dye, and this, and I think it was this. 2 of these. Maybe we'll get lucky and get green flowers right off the bat. Nope. Okay, well, looks like we're gonna need some more. Okay, well, it's just my luck. So we have 5 of these, so I'll just grab a stack of lapis. We have plenty of it. We can always get more if needed. Sure, just convert it all into blue dye. Bam, make as much of that, 5 of them. Green flower, green, there's a green. Might as well use all of this and then vein mine it up. Grab it all. We need to harvest our plants over here, our strawberries too. I AFK'd for quite a long while, and actually, did I just sleep? I think I just slept. Man, I was trying not to sleep so we can get some phantom membranes just in case we ever need them for anything. But I think I just slept. I can't remember, but I think I might have. Oh well. I was intentionally not sleeping so that I could get phantom membranes if the time came and we needed them, but whatever. Okay, so that can go away, and we should now be able to make the morphing tool. And then from here, we want to go ahead and craft it up into the full size tool, which is this one. That way we can get all of the tools are inside of it. It comes with literally everything already pre-made, so we don't have to worry about setting anything up. So we need a gold gear, and I believe I actually have this here. Yeah, okay, so we need a copper gear. What do I need for this stuff? It says all I need for this is 16 aluminum. Okay. Oh, I turned my widget off. That's what my issue is. Okay, so what am I making? 4 iron plates. Let's go. I need my hammer, though. Okay, and then a copper gear. Look how easy this is. Oh, this is beautiful. This widget is amazing. Gold gear, bam, morphing tool, bam, and we have our morphing tool done. Nice, I like it. The only caveat is it does have some weird UI bugs when you're passing over an inventory, but that's okay. We just want to have it hover over an inventory. It also is smart with JEI here, so it moves everything around with JEI. So if I were to put it up here, it would our JEI would conform to it, which is great. So now we have our morphing tool. So remember I said our morphing tool is a tool that allows us to cycle through different tools depending on the mod. So like there's the Ender IO wrench, there is our crescent wrench from Thermal, and it has all of the tools built into it. You can scroll wheel if you want to change the tool. So we can just go through. It even has a scraper in it. That's kind of nice. Drawer key already made. Like, look at this. Bam. Yeah, and that's that. So we have all of our tools in ones, which means we don't need to carry around any tools on us. I don't have any tools, but hey, there we go. Morphing tool is taken care of. We are good to go with that. I no longer need to have the morphing tool set as our craft. We can just clear that out because we're going to make our magnet next. Let's do the magnet. So magnet's going to require us to make 2 gold plates. I need to turn on the inventory detection, please. Gold rod. Redstone flux coil needs gold nuggets. I guess I never taught it how to make gold nuggets, so it doesn't realize it. And then the fluxo magnet. So there we go. We have a magnet available to us, and I should be able to put this in here to charge it up. So now we have a magnet, which is super helpful when we're doing things. We can let the magnet attract items for us, and it can go into our charm slot. Yes, so that can go there. We also need to make ourselves a flux capacitor. The flux capacitor is going to allow us to keep our magnet charged. It has a much bigger battery. I guess I never taught it how to make this though. So let's do this. And then, yeah, there we go. So we're going to do 2 more gold plates. The only thing is shift clicking doesn't seem to work. So I still have to manually add all the little items, but that's okay. And there's a flux capacitor. We can activate it. All items. Right click to activate it, shift right click to activate it. You can see its little tooltip is starting to glow. And then we can put this inside of here and that'll fill this buffer up. Now this can hold 500,000. So what's going to happen is our magnet, if I drop something on the ground, our magnet will bring it to us. Maybe. There it is. Just depends on the range. We can upgrade the magnet in the future, but doing so used power from our magnet, right? It used 300 RF to be able to suck those items up. So this will allow us to have a buffer of 500,000 on top of the buffer that it already has. So we can just leave the flux capacitor sitting in there and we're good to go. And that should have completed a couple quests for us, maybe. The morphing tool got us a quest, gave us Scavenger's Delight. I like that. And the fluxo magnet got us a epic thermal loot. And then we just completed another quest for thermal by getting some augments. So let's grab those. I like augments. They make things easy, or well, faster at least. So we have a, apparently that messes with that. Increases generation rate, but reduces efficiency. And, oh, another reinforced integral component. So we have, I put the one in here so that this can generate 120 RF because when these were running, it was draining our power pretty heavily. So we can go ahead and put this into here. And then this one will be able to run 3 times faster than it was before, which is great. Anything else that we got in here? This is for our dynamo. It makes our dynamo run more efficiently, or I'm sorry, produce more power, but it's less efficient with the coal. But I think that's okay. We'll take it. I think that'll be okay. So let's go ahead and put stuff away that we don't necessarily need now. Kenaf fiber and the dyes and the hardened glass. And there we go. Okay, so with that being done, we got this, we got that, we got floral fertilizer. I did not mean to bookmark that. The sleep charm is what I wanted to get phantom membranes for because it makes it so that you don't get phantoms anymore, and it stops the it makes it so you can sleep instantly. Just trying to see, maybe there's some phantoms out here, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, let's get into create. So first things first with create, what are we going to need to do? Well, let's go pop into the create quest book and go see what create has in store for us. I'm just checking to see. I did iron chests and I got a reward, and I did gold chests. Nice. We got a flask of adrenalia, honeycomb. I don't know what you do. Oh, haste 2. Oh, adrenalia, adrenaline. Yeah, my bad. Honeycombs. So quest book for create. So let's go find the create section here. Create. So the first thing it wants us to do is get the create wrench, which actually, you know what? I didn't see in my morphing tool, to be honest with you. Did it not include everything? I thought I had everything in there. We can put it in here, put this there, and yeah, no create wrench. I wonder if the create wrench has special NBT data, and that's why it can't. No, it says create wrenches in there, which is probably why it won't let me combine it. So now we have 2 create wrenches. That's okay. But by doing so, that'll unlock our quests. So what is the first thing that it wants us to do? Well, we need to get into water wheels, right? So that's where we need to get our rotational power. I want to get water wheels set up. It's going to get us a decent amount of power to be able to run our mechanical press. So this is rotational force. It tells you about create and how it generates its power. It's called stress units, SU. And by giving us these engineer goggles, it allows us to see the amount of stress that our machines are using, which is actually pretty cool. I like that it gives us those for free. And then our next quest is to make water wheels. So if we make one, we'll get a scavenger's delight. Okay, so water wheel. Just need some slabs, just need cogwheel and andesite alloy. Well, if you remember, we did make some andesite alloy. I'm going to grab a bunch of slabs and stuff and then our andesite alloy. And we did craft some with explosion crafting. Now we can make more though with andesite and iron nuggets or zinc nuggets, which we'll probably use zinc nuggets for it, and that's going to craft us andesite alloy. Easy peasy now. No more explosion crafting. We've pretty much moved on from explosion crafting. So we just need to make ourselves a large cogwheel, which is going to require a couple buttons. And we're going to make 3 of these, I think. We can expand too. Like we're not limited to just 3, but let's go ahead and make, you know what? I guess we're going to make 6 of them. Get us a lot of power. Okay. So there is water wheels done. And that's going to get us our basic rotational power. What did we get from that? Sylph shards and some of the cobweb that removes curses. Nice. So that's going to get us our water wheels. So we have that. We're also going to need a couple shafts. Let's go ahead and grab those. That takes care of that. Let's follow our quest book, make sure that we're doing things right. It wants us to make 16 shafts. So let's go ahead and make another set. And that's going to get us a create loot box, also some kelp. The kelp is great because in order to make belts with create, you need kelp. So we're actually going to take some of this and we'll go plant it in place of our rice out there. That way we have a renewable source of kelp at home. No, I think kelp only grows when it's like you have to have a lot of water. So I'll just put half of that away for now. Okay, and then it's going to tell us that we need to make mechanical belts and then casings and all of the things, cogwheels and all of that. Okay, so what are we making with this? Well, first off, the first thing I want to make is the mechanical press, because the mechanical press is going to allow us to not have to spend all of our resources on the thing. The what am I trying to say? What is this? Flourishing archwood. Yeah, any kind of log. I don't know what recipe is saying that we need flourishing archwood wood. Huh. Yeah, there's nothing like crazy in here. The andesite casings maybe would be the only thing I can think that the recipe in this is set to be funky. Edit this. Yeah, any kind of log, any kind of plank. And you are that. Weird. Don't know what that's about. Yeah, not entirely sure. Unless I don't know. That's weird. Mechanical press. Let's see. So we're gonna need logs and planks. So let's grab some logs. I don't have a log on me. Oh, there we go. Oh, it was just wanting any kind of wood. It was just rendering it really weird. I'm not sure why. It was saying specifically it wanted that flourishing archwood. So we're gonna craft 4 of these. We're gonna craft some of these. We just need some buttons. Apparently, I didn't teach this how to make buttons. There we go. We need to make buttons. We'll do half a stack of buttons. There we go. Cogwheels and a mechanical press. Bam. We're also probably going to want a gearbox or 2. So we'll grab, one of these for now and see where we end up with that. We made the andesite casing, and that should be pretty good for quite a few of these quests. Yeah, andesite casing, bam, and our loot, our inventory is now full again, but we can empty it out. We don't need all this stuff now. So we don't need all this gold and all that stuff. Smeltables can go away. Apparently we had bricks from somewhere. can go ahead and put our redstone away and our miscellaneous nuggets and stuff. We have kelp available if we need to, and yeah, that should be all that we're going to need. So we can go ahead and put our crafting calculator away, and now that won't show up on our thing anymore. So let's figure out, where do we want to set this up? So we kind of have our thermal set up over here. Do we want to have our create stuff set up over this way? And I can have the water wheels maybe sitting behind the house, like, and then I can have the water wheels out here, and I can have shafts being piped in to the house this way. That way I can have the machine set up in here. Or do we want to just have all of the create stuff kind of outside? Because it takes up a lot of room. Create is not a small footprint kind of mod. It takes up quite a lot of room to get this going. You know what I need to do is see, does our tower here have a MLG YOLO water bucket? It does. Thank goodness I remembered. We also have a charm of featherweight up here, which is great, and a couple extra feathers and stuff. I'm glad I remembered that was there, because we ran out of our YOLO bucket, because if you remember last episode, my crafting snafu, apparently if you craft with it, it yeets it and deletes it into the nether. So okay, so let's go ahead and set this up. We're going to need some sort of building material, and I'd like a little bit of glass. We'll just use spruce planks. That's fine. Glass. And maybe we'll just do it out of all glass. Is there like a connected texture kind of glass? I'm not entirely sure. And we'll set this up. Oh, because I'm going to be making a lot of plates. I kind of want to have access to this press inside of our base here. That way I don't have to run all the way outside whenever I need to make plates and then come back in here. If I'm doing crafting. So yeah, maybe I should have it like, maybe I should have like the mechanical press and maybe a mixer over here. And then the rest of create stuff can be outside. That way I have access to it. You know what we're also going to need? We're going to need a depot. And we can craft that easily. Okay. So if I were to put this guy here, and then our mechanical press could sit here, I could have power run to it from the outside. I have a tool specifically meant for this stuff. I really should upgrade it to iron now. I definitely have enough iron. Okay, so I can have stuff flow out that way. Okay, cool. So we'll go build this behind the house then. How are we doing on daylight? We're good to go. So if I pop back out here, we should be able to see where that was, and we can get some shafts and run a shaft out. Bam. And then that way we know exactly where this is going to end up being. So what do we want to do? We want to get our water wheels set up, and then I guess we could have our other create stuff go this way. So we can have water wheels sitting here and have create stuff go that way. I think that'll work. But we probably should get a couple more cog wheels so we can speed stuff up. Because if we go from a large to a small cog wheel, that allows us to make things faster. We need more andesite alloy, which was andesite, which we're actually kind of low on. Andesite, and then it is zinc nuggets. Bam. Go ahead and craft that up. And we'll let that go, and then we'll work with what we have here for now. So let's get the basics set up, and then if I need to rearrange and everything, I can. Luckily, we have the tools to be able to do so, so I'm not too super duper concerned about it. So let's go ahead and set this up. So we have our water wheels, right? We're going to have 6 total water wheels. I kind of like the idea of the water wheels like being off of the back of the house. Not that way, though. Where's my morphing tool? Give me that. Facing this way. And if I made one more, that would get us 7 total. And then I can glass it up. We're going to dig down like this, and then we're going to break this one as well. And then if we glass up here. All right, let me make one more of these. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I went ahead and moved the water wheels over to here, and I don't like this glass. I did find out that there is connecting glass that is just crafted with 4, and it creates 4. So I'm going to end up breaking all this. Lovely, but I'll replace it all with the connecting glass. Anyway, so we have our 7 water wheels here, and each of these is producing 192 stress units. You kind of can't see it because it's all back here, but that's okay. 192 stress units. So we have coming off of that a large cogwheel into a small cogwheel, which is speeding this thing up. And our mechanical press is now currently using 192 stress units at its current speed. So if we pop into our base, we should be able to see it, and we can kind of cover up that hole because we should have some planks. Yep. So if I cover this up, we should be able to see this now. Bam. So if I were to take any kind of ingot that we have, so like we need gold plates, and I were to put this in here, bam, this is going to come down, press it, boop, and we have gold plates. 1 to 1, no longer 2 to 2. Now, if only I could do that for rods. I don't know if there's like an extruder or something from Create. No, it does not look like it. So I'm still going to have to do 2 plates to 1 rod, but it's at least not 4. So this is now halves the recipe of the rods, which is just fantastic. Like, that's significantly better. Our other option is to get into tinkers if we want to, for when we need to get to rods, because it's 1 gold per rod casted out. So I think we can dive into tinkers a little bit too, but I think this is a great start for Create, at least getting us going with this. Plus we have additional stress capacity by far. By the way, I have a whole bunch of bee stuff in here from the bees that I found around the when I was doing exploration. So what I did was I set these up. I have it going into a vertical gearbox here. To create a vertical gearbox, you just take a regular gearbox and craft it, and it'll turn it vertical, which will make it so you can send power up. So we have stress units coming into here, and then you can see there's one rotating here. And then I have another vertical gearbox that is taking the power from here and then translating it to the sides. And then it just goes straight into a gearbox here, which is attached to our mechanical press. This gearbox is unnecessary. We could just have a shaft go into it, and then we can replace it with, like, I believe actually, where is my morphing tool? I believe if we put a shaft here, we can use one of these andesite casings to cover this, right? This acts as a cover. Yeah, look, there we go. So the andesite casing will act as a cover. It's a little cheaper than a gearbox. So because a gearbox uses an andesite casing. But that's basically where that's at. And then once we get inside, if we wanted to set up like a mechanical press, or I'm sorry, a mixing basin, we can do that right off of this. We'd have to put the gearbox back, but we can make a mixing basin and do that. What do you want me to do for this quest? Because you're like asking for stuff. I want more rewards. I need more rewards. Interesting that this wants us to do a windmill before it even gets to the mechanical press section, or this unlocks this. But we'd have to get to a millstone first. Huh. Millstone is actually pretty good for early game ore doubling, if I remember correctly. You can use this to do your ore doubling. Yeah, if you put your chunks in here, you're guaranteed that you're going to get at least 1, with a 25% chance for 2 more, plus a 5% chance for some extra resources. So you could set up a millstone if you wanted to do, crushing and stuff. It's also good to like recover stuff. Maybe we should just make one of these. What was that? Millstone? I'm sure it'll come in handy. Smooth stone slabs. Do I have any smooth stone? Not enough. We can make that happen though. It's actually cobblestone. What do I have? Not a lot, to be honest with you. We're going to make half of this stone and then half of it smooth stone. So let's go ahead and take this out of here. We're going to shuffle it over to here so that this is faster. And then we'll smelt. So actually what we'll do is smelt all of this. And that works too. Then we can take half of it and convert it into smooth stone. That way I can do that. So I'll make that millstone. And then what else? What else? Because making the millstone will allow me to pick up my mechanical press again and use that. And then we need a mechanical mixer. I probably have the ability to just craft this now. Just need a cogwheel. and this whisk, which is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 iron plates. And remember, we have this available to us now, so we can easily do this. Bam. Now it is going to have to go down 5 times in order to make the plates, but that's okay. It's not too bad. We might be able to even speed it up. I can throw some more cog wheels onto that and speed it up, but this is using the power of one of those water wheels. Remember, we have 7 total over there, so it's not too big a deal. But there is a mechanical mixer because we have a whisk. Now, isn't this part of a quest before I do anything? No. Okay, cool. And then, yeah, mechanical mixer. And then for this, we're going to need a basin, which is just andesite alloy. I do have more. Look at that. We're moving right along. So we can set the basin up here and the mechanical mixer here. So that'll be able to go in and mix. And now this gets its power off of a cog wheel, which is just fantastic that it's slightly different than everything else. So I'll figure out how we're going to get power to this guy. It shouldn't be terribly too difficult. Just going to have to get a shaft going into a thing and do a thing, and we'll do the thing. But anyway, so we're going to get that done, and then I will go ahead and get the millstone crafted too once all of this is cooked up as it should be. And then, yeah, that's basically where we're at. So that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.